and talking all things Tottenham and getting there. We are into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Beating West Ham tonight. Massive, massive game. It was absolutely incredible from, well, start to finish, really. I think we handled the game well. This is the first time I'm going live, by the way. So, hello, everybody. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Will mean an absolute lot. Don't forget to like the video, and you can post comments during this live stream. I see we've already got a like going on. So, welcome to this video. Absolutely buzzing after that performance, especially considering there's a few lads in my football team that are West Ham fans, and do you know what? They've been giving it the big un all season about how good West Ham are. And look, don't get me wrong, they've had a very good season. David Moyes, great manager, should have been given more time at Manchester United, but they were impatient, got rid of him, and I think they're seeing now just what can be done. But look, we get the 2-1 win over them with goals from Steven Bergwijn and Lucas Moura. The assist provided by Lucas Moura as well, which absolutely massive for him. So well happy there. We're into the semi-finals, up against Chelsea. So Conte gets his return to Chelsea earlier than expected. And I'm just really happy with the way that we're playing at the moment. The boys that were brought into the squad today, I think Doherty did okay for the majority of the game. The back three were obviously great again. Managed the game really well there. Dyer obviously making a bit of a mistake, but you know, these things happen. It was probably that pressure Conte putting on him during his press conference, saying that he can be one of the best in the world in his position. You know, put a massive marker out there for him. But look, we carry on into the next round. Absolutely fantastic. This is a great competition for us to possibly win. West Ham would have been the other club that I think could have really taken advantage of this. Didn't happen because our boys did the job on the night. And then you look at the other games around, the Leicester-Liverpool game, that was full of absolute drama. Liverpool managed to get themselves over the line there. Chelsea with a comfortable win in the end after what was a shaky first half. And then Arsenal obviously smashed their easy game to get their route in. And if we win this game and Arsenal win theirs, we could finally see a Tottenham-Arsenal final. Something I think many of us have been gagging to see since the day we were born. It has never happened. It is something that could possibly happen. And do you know what? I'm dreaming of it. To see Tottenham and Arsenal in a final would be absolutely massive. But I tell you what. Oh, hello, Gunslinger. Live chat, baby. How you doing? You all right? Did you enjoy the game? It was great, wasn't it? It was another one like the Liverpool game. It was just like the high intensity. I felt like both teams were giving it some. After we scored the goal, West Ham really put us under pressure, and you know it came, but we didn't sit back like Tottenham have done in the past. We absorbed the pressure. We then went on. We scored a goal. Bergwijn involved in both. He gets his goal. He gets the assist. I felt like although like he went in and out of the game as it went on, I felt like Bergwijn's pace, his strength, his awareness, I think was absolutely brilliant. I was just in awe of it, to be honest. Moura's energy, we know what that's been like throughout the season anyway. He's just been lacking the end product. Conte's asked him for more goals. He's done that. Obviously scored previously with that absolute worldie. Then in this game, it's his goal thanks to some great play from Bergwijn. It was immense. I feel like all the boys, it was great. We soaked up the pressure in the second half, but that first half display, I thought from us it was great. You can see, like in possession, we're poor at times, and I don't think that's because of like anything that we're doing as a team. I think it's more the way Conte wants us to play, and the guys are having to play the game differently now. Quicker passes. You can see the movement of the players is better off the ball. They're always open for that next pass, and with that, you're playing more passes than you normally would. So you expect, until we really get used to the way he wants us to play, we're gonna give the ball away. But I feel like we were comfortable letting West Ham have the ball. We soaked up the pressure, hit them on the break like we did against Liverpool. I was really impressed in the... He can use that close control and use his body in the box. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Problem is, though, Gunslinger, he's just so strong. To knock him down in the box, I think, is going to be difficult. When he's bursting down the wing, I think it's a different case, because when you're running at that speed, you get a challenge come in, it's easier to knock down. But with that strength, when he's holding the ball up in the box, I don't think there's many players that could knock him down. He could be a bit smarter and buy himself penalties. Definitely, I reckon he could. But look, let's have a little look at the game as a whole here. If you look at we'll look at the teams. Um, I mean, he didn't shake it up too much, really, did he? Like, I expected the back three to stay the same, and I think they've done well this season. Lloris obviously had a worldie of a game at times. He made a really important block. He come out, pretty much saved us. If they latch onto that properly, that's them back in the game. That's them with a bit of confidence. So I thought he was good, and then. Like the back three, I think they've been solid since they've been in there. Obviously, Romero's out and Sanchez is in, but I think Sanchez, I thought he was immense tonight in circumstances. He's blocking, his awareness, especially in the final 15 minutes of the game when West Ham were really pressuring us. I felt like Sanchez came into his own. He was driving up the pitch. I believe the commentators actually said about giving away needless and pointless fouls. Sanchez, it was on the halfway line. I didn't think it was needless and pointless. It actually stopped West Ham's flow. And, Sanchez was that guy that read the danger, was further up the pitch and got it. Made some great blocks tonight. There was times when we were hunting in packs. There was a bit in I think it was the second half, where you had Skip and Moura. Was it Skip and Moura? Yeah, closing down one of their guys. We gave away a foul from it in the end, but Conte was like well impressed with just the way that we hunted them down. We were aggressive. We were on the ball. We were definitely pressing higher up the pitch. Yeah, well said, Alan. Yeah, looks like the players trying hard to get into the team every week. Nice to see. Look, and they're going to have to under Conte. Like, he demands. I think under Nuno it was a bit different because he wasn't as higher named as he wasn't, I don't know, like a proper serial winner. He hasn't done it at the top level. It's not that players didn't respect him. I think it's more the fact that he's not done what Conte has done over the years. So it makes it, I don't know, I think the players feel like they might be above him in a sense. But with Conte, like, the guy just demands respect. He's just going at them all game, telling them exactly what to do. But yeah, I thought Reguilon had a fairly decent game. I was impressed with Doherty, if I'm honest. Højbjerg was making some flying tackles late in the game. Proper dynamic performance from him. Skippy has just impressed me from start to finish this season so far. I think Skip is an immense talent. He is quality, his awareness, his reading of the game, his energy, his running, his passion. You can see Conte absolutely loves him just from the side of the pitch. Like, fantastic. And I think, yeah, Moura and Bergwijn, it worked really well. Kane, he had some great moments in passing. He had some iffy moments once again, but as we know, it's a process with him. He's kind of adapting to, I know it's not a new position, but there's more than one way to win at football, but the whole team has to buy in. Yeah, exactly, Gunslinger. They really do have to buy into what he wants. And I think we're seeing signs that that's exactly what we're doing. We are buying into what he wants. They're listening to him on the side of the pitch. They're reacting. At times, he was talking to Dyer to get him to organise the back line. And I think he did really well, other than the sloppy mistake from the goal. Great finish from Bowen. I'm not taking anything away from him when that ball came into him. The way he turned Dyer inside out, put the ball between his legs, left Hugo Lloris rooted to the spot. Like, you can see why West Ham are where they are. They did play really well at times. They put us under a lot of pressure. But I just think I didn't feel like we were going to concede a second goal. It didn't feel like that. Once we were 2-1 up, that second half, I felt like we were comfortable. We didn't have the ball, but I felt really comfortable in the way the players were playing. Our passing was so much crisper. You can't deny it was just great to beat West Ham, shut them all up. I've seen the footage of all the fans singing. I believe We Are Tottenham TV. They posted a bit of it up on their YouTube channel, singing about West Ham getting battered everywhere they go. Look, obviously we know that's not been the scenario, but it's a bitter banter, isn't it? But yeah, the kicking the ball out from the back, bit of an issue for us. I don't like this whole playing the ball from a goal kick straight to a defender next to him, trying to work it out. For me, it doesn't work when you're playing a team like West Ham, who are really gunning for it. like you could see that closing down. They're blocking out the spaces that we saw, and Conte quickly got the instruction over to tell Hugo Lloris to not faff about with it at the back and just get the ball up the field and let's just hit them time and time again. The thing I was impressed most with from Conte in this game was the ability to switch the formation, change the players up, to change the dynamic of the game, to stop West Ham from coming onto us the way they were. If we'd have carried on in the formation we were in, I think we'd have got tired quicker. We had more players attacking than we needed to, and I think it changed the dynamic well just to bring a couple of extra midfielders in there, shore things up. I believe he made the right decision at the end of the game to make a couple of substitutions in defence, bringing Tanganga on, obviously more naturally a centre-back than he is a wide player. That helped shore things up then to create like a false back four. Essentially, we were a back five with Emerson Royale in there as well, but it meant we could overload on one side if we needed to at any point. But do you know what? We only made, 6 changes? West Ham obviously were forced to make more changes. They only made 4 in the end. But you could see that it was the fitness of the players really helping them. Yeah, the fitness is a massive thing. Like if you looked at the stats during the game that came up, we were 20th for running statistics, which is terrible, bottom of the league. Under Conte, we are now first for our running stats. Like it's massive how much it's turned over in just a matter of weeks, really. And that is just down to fitness, hard work, the double sessions, and passion. Like Conte demanding out of them to work harder. So that has been massive. Like West Ham, it's obvious that they were missing Mikel Antonio, like massively. The guy has a very good goal return against us. He always causes us problems whenever West Ham play us. So I was glad to not see his name on the team sheet. Fabianski obviously wasn't playing. I thought Harrison Ashby, I thought he done quite well. I know he's had a few games for them now, not many, and this was his first proper start against a decent side, shall we say. And yeah, I'm happy to call us a decent side again now. I thought he done pretty well. He held his own. Had some good moments of quality, had some nervy moments. So I think they've got a promising player in there. Bowen is obviously a player that we'd looked at in the past when he was at Hull. Somebody that we never got through the door. I don't think he's anywhere near the quality of Antonio right now. And thank God for us, because I think Antonio would have caused more problems. I still think we would have got over the line in that game. Like a few of the West Ham fans that I know have been putting in the group chat saying that they don't feel like they deserve to lose. I don't feel like they deserve to lose, essentially, but I think we deserve to win. I know that sounds like a weird comment, but both teams played really hard. I just think we had more about us. We had more quality to come off the bench, and I think our players understood what they were doing a little bit more, adapted to the game better. I don't feel like West Ham changed it up enough to react after we scored the second goal. They just essentially threw themselves at the game, but didn't really change too much tactically from what I could see. Dele came on, didn't really have too much to do. I think he was just there to give a little bit of break from the other guys. Winksy came on and sort of did okay. Not as impactful as he was against Liverpool, but I feel like at that point of the game, it's a completely different type of game. When he was on against Liverpool from the beginning, the aim of the game is just to go out there, play and win. At this point, it's completely different because you've got to get behind the ball. You can't take as many risks. We were pushing high up the pitch early in the game, putting pressure on West Ham. As the game wore on, sort of like the last 15, 20 minutes, you felt like we were getting further and further back constantly. And that was a little bit of a worry, but still, I just felt like with the passion of the players to block and get out to the ball, I didn't really feel nervous. Like normally in these games, like we saw what happened last time under Mourinho, 3-0 up, we end up drawing 3-0. They played all that footage before the game kicked off. So thanks for that, Sky Sports. Didn't enjoy watching that one back, but I didn't feel like that. Like last season, conceding late goals was a real worry for us. Didn't get it at all. I never felt nervous. I was really confident with Sanchez Dyer and Ben Davies, and you'll see again with Ben Davies. Like I said, that he'd been getting forward a lot in games. He got forward a couple of times in the Liverpool game. We rarely ever see him move forward at all. And in this game, it was sort of like he was managed quite well. I think Conte's told them who they can and can't move forward against. And this was one of them games where he kind of said to them, look, you need to be wary. Like West Ham are a decent side, they play well. I mean, Souček was a constant threat in the first half. Felt like it died down a bit in the second half. His ability to arrive late in the box is a massive, massive plus for West Ham. Like the amount of times he's got his head on the ball. Lloris making a few good saves there. Like those last minute reactions to push the ball over. I was really impressed with Lloris, and I think since he's come back from that injury, he's been solid. Like there's a few iffy moments that he's had, but on the whole, it's nowhere near as much as he used to have for us. Like I really do hope that he stays for at least one more year. But let's have a little brief look at what the managers had to say after the game. So Conte said the performance was good. We tried to control the game. I liked the way we moved the ball and attacked the goal with many players. In the second half, at one point, we started to play a little bit COVID situations because a lot of players today have had COVID, and at one moment the intensity suffered, and I made substitutions, which was great. Like he noticed that, he saw the weariness, wanted to make sure we could continue till the end because David Moyes was saying before the game that they've been quite good with COVID and quite lucky. They haven't suffered many an outbreak at all, whereas our players, unfortunately, some of them are a bit weary. He said, I enjoyed an amazing season at Chelsea and enjoyed a lot there, but now I'm the manager of Tottenham and ready to give everything for this club. In England, to win a trophy is very, very difficult. Now we'll see. Look, and this could be our time. We were close under Mourinho. He got binned off before he could have the final. And then Ryan Mason kind of bottled it, I'd say, by making safe choices. Didn't experiment enough, I don't think. Tried to keep to a very similar lineup every game. Conte could be the man to finally get the chance and get us over the line. Now, David Moyes said, I thought it was a good performance. A couple of defensive lapses in the first half gave Tottenham some relatively easy goals, but I don't think you could question our commitment and determination. An awful lot of good things for us. I couldn't fault the players at all. When you win at Old Trafford and beat Man City on penalty kicks, you think this could be our year. And do you know what? They were probably thinking that it was going to be their year, but they didn't anticipate they were going to come up against the mighty Tottenham under Antonio Conte. And, we well and truly burst their bubble. So the only thing they're going to be blowing is their noses on the way home after that one. But up next for us, Boxing Day, back at home to face Crystal Palace at 3 p.m. West Ham have got Southampton at the same time. So we move on. What do you think? Do you think we can do Chelsea? Do you think Conte's going to go there and get us over the line? I mean, could be our year. It really could. It's about time we win a cup, and I think Conte could be the man to do it. So, let me know below in the comments what you think is going to happen in that game. I mean, we've had some massive clashes against Chelsea in recent years. The Battle of the Bridge. Oh, remember all those dirty tackles and yellow cards? And that's I want the quality to be there, but that's the Harry Kane I want back. In that game against Chelsea, he was gunning for it. I know the rest of the team, we got out of control, but I want it to be a real battle. And this is what the last two games have been. Against Liverpool, we battled hard from start to finish. This game, we had some really good moments of play, some really good interchange in between players. We battled, and as the game wore on, we dug in defensively. I'd have liked to have seen us been a bit more expansive at times in the game. I think in the second half, we just kind of allowed West Ham to play, believing we could absorb the pressure. I'd have liked to have seen us kill off the game, just one more goal, go for it, and then maybe sit back a little bit, absorb the pressure. But I think Conte believed that we could win the ball back and hit them on the break. But look, it's another win under Conte. It feels good. We're buying into it. We've had the wins in the Premier League. We've had the draw against Liverpool. Now we've had a cup win under him. Obviously, the Europa Conference League thing is a bit of a bummer at the moment, but that's something we are looking to appeal. Beat Chelsea, then take out the Gooners in the final. Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's what I want. I think we have a better chance of beating Chelsea now than a few months ago. Yeah, I completely agree. We do. We've got a much better chance. And if you were listening to the commentary tonight, they were saying that, for teams like Liverpool and Chelsea, this is not their main priority by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think it's our top priority, but I think we want a trophy more than they do. They've had trophies in recent seasons, and Liverpool obviously want to win the league. Chelsea need to push themselves right back into contention because they've had a little bit of a slump in the Premier League. Some iffy, I wouldn't say iffy results as such. They've had more draws than they'd wanted, but the way they're playing, it's not the same as they were like a month ago, is it? So they could slip in this. They put youngsters out tonight to protect the team because of all the COVID scenarios going on amongst the Premier League. So I'm feeling good about this. For the first time in a long time, I'm feeling good about a cup run. And I feel like the players are really buying into it. Better to get Chelsea in the semis in the final. Yeah, I mean, yeah, in the final, they're going to go full strength, like regardless. And I think all teams are. But we saw with Liverpool tonight, they made a lot of changes, and it was iffy at times. I think against Arsenal, they are going to put out a stronger team without a doubt. They're going to have to, because a trophy for anyone is a trophy at the end of the day. So they will put out a stronger team, but Arsenal are in a transition period. They've had some really good performances. Obviously, Ramsdale has come in and smashed it and won the fans over there. And I think that was a great buy from them. As much as I hate to admit something like that, I think it was a very good buy. And I think possibly Sam Johnston could be another good buy out there. And hopefully we can get that one. Because Galini, for me, so far, I know he hasn't had a lot of game time, but he's not been the most convincing backup we've had. And Joe Hart's obviously gone off to Celtic and won himself a trophy with that man that's on loan, Carter Vickers. They've got a trophy under their belts in the Scottish League Cup. So congratulations to both of them. So now it's our time. We need to push on. We need to win this trophy. We need to work our way up the league. That Liverpool draw was a massive help. That's a statement to the rest of the teams out there. So yeah, looking forward to it. Really, really looking forward to what's going to happen for the rest of the season. January is going to be an interesting one now because now we started looking better and players are buying into it. Don't know who's going to go out there now. Dele was being linked with loan moves left, right, and centre. Is he still going to go out on loan? I'm not too sure. He's going to have to really impress over the next week or so. It's not a lot of time to do it. But January transfer window. It's a long window. It drags on. So he's got time to impress in the games in between or put himself in the shop window for that loan to bring him back to his form. Either way, I think I'd be happy. As long as Dele doesn't get sold, I think he deserves the chance to show what he can do still. Players, like who we're going to bring in, Vlahovic. That's a guy I really want in. He reminds me of a younger Harry Kane. He really does. When Harry Kane was really in his element, pushing, hungry, vicious at times. That was the Harry Kane I used to love, and Vlahovic is kind of in that mould. The ceiling of where this guy can go is absolutely immense. So I can't wait to see what January brings. I think we're going to be clever with the signings we make. I think they're players of ours could go out on loan. Rodon is another one that Newcastle are looking at. They need to shore up their defence. I think it'd be a great move for him. There's a few other clubs in for him. I think Leeds are another one looking at him. So it'll be interesting on that one. And then hopefully we can bring in an elite centre-back for the time being. Rodon can go out, play his trade, get some confidence, come back in. And maybe if we bring another centre-back in, Tanganga could go out on loan. That's a possibility. Because I noticed he's been very he's very smashy in the tackle, and he's guaranteed to pick up cards across the course of the season, no matter where he is. But I think his quality on the ball has not been great. We saw a few times tonight after he came on, he won the tackle and then just hit the ball up there. No real accuracy on or anything. So that could be another one that goes out the door. But look, great game. I'm sure we're all absolutely buzzing. Really proud of the players tonight. The crowd were immense. I wish I could have been there tonight. It sounded amazing. Those last 5 minutes, I think the crowd knew we were under the cosh. They really got behind the team. They were so loud. And then I think Højbjerg at one point, he won a tackle and he was like geeing up the crowd as much as he could as well. I love his passion. Definitely a potential captain if Lloris goes out the door. I think over Harry Kane, I would have Højbjerg all day long, or if not, it could possibly be Dyer. We know he's got leadership qualities. So let's hope he can live up to that world beater status that Conte is saying that he's got. But look, massive from the boys. It's a massive turning point. They're doing really well. They need to push on. I can see this being an interesting season. That final spot in the top four, I can see it being ours, or even third at the rate we're going. I really can see us overtaking. I'd like to buy someone who can take a free kick. Yeah, yeah, me too. I actually think Dyer, if you ever watch any of the training footage, guys, when they're taking free kicks, Dyer can hit a free kick. Um, he really can. He's just, I don't think that we've really had much of his range in games. Tonight, when he stepped up for the free kick, I was thinking it was a bit too far out, and it didn't look to me he was going to shoot. There weren't a lot of power on that free kick. Ward Prowse, he'd be great. He'd be great. You know, the guy, he's going to cost too much, though. That's the problem with Ward Prowse. And the question is, where would he fit in our system? Like, I think he's an immense player. I think he deserved more of a role for England in the summer. Obviously, we done really well regardless, but I feel like he deserved a better role in there. But he's a player I'd love to look at. And there is a player I'm going to be talking about soon. Somebody put in the comments of one of the last videos, why is nobody looking at St. Maximin? He is somebody that a lot of clubs should be looking at, but there will be reasons why they're not. So I'm going to do a bit on a video about him and why teams aren't publicly looking at St. Maximin at the moment. I think it's going to depend where Liverpool, going to depend where Newcastle finish. Look, I'll tell you what, we'll leave it there for today. Thanks for joining and watching, guys. Thanks for your comments. I believe these live streams, they get saved and appear on the channel so other people can watch them back. So this was the first one. Moura can curl one. Yeah, I've seen him in training as well. He can definitely hit a free kick. He's obviously not. The problem is when they do the training videos and show us, they're only going to show the best bits with a couple of dodgy bits where they take the mickey out of each other. So consistently, I don't know. I don't know how good he is on a consistent basis. There must be a reason why he doesn't take them. But the situation we're in, it's worth giving these other guys a go. Like, I completely agree. Like, he can definitely curl a shot. Sonny as well. I'm surprised he doesn't have a go at free kicks. Like, he's got a decent strike on him. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for watching on this first live stream. It's been a good bit of fun. Got the win over one of our rivals. It seems like everyone's our rival. We're that great a team. Everyone loves to hate Spurs. So thanks for sticking around. 2-1 victory. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And until tomorrow, guys, come on you Spurs.